All right, guys.
Yeah,
enough
right.
of the fucking spurg in the chat. You guys wanna watch some stuff? Wanna watch some things and stuff?
What we got
Yes,
on
I
the
would.
ticket today?
Different things.
Well, we got let's go to the non-spurg department over here. Shit.
What?
Well, for schizo person, I don't think we're gonna get away from the spurgs. Yes, Larry, we're all assholes. We're all assholes. Thank you for finally understanding what this show is, you dick brain. All right. You guys remember this guy? This is our favorite flat earther, Mr. Fittest Flat Earther. And he's got a new video entitled Mothership or New Jerusalem.
Doesn't he have a very weird head to face ratio?
Yeah.
Like very little head, a lot of face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that chin ain't doing him no favors.
Oh shit, hold on 1 second. I always forget to fix the audio.
Now that we don't live here? Well, most people, including myself, when I first came across the fact that we don't live on a spinning ball, thought that was the bottom of the rabbit hole. But there's something else even deeper, that makes everything, and I mean everything, make perfect sense.
I hate it when he does that. Okay, we get it. You can interlock your fingers. Good job. You fucking dick shit.
Mm-hmm.
You see, once you start paying attention, even a little bit, it's very clear to see that Satan's running this realm right now. I mean, all you gotta do is look at the 666 in all the logos.
The 666 in the Disney
By the way,
logo is probably the funniest one.
It's old as fuck, and he didn't even got the right sixes. It's there's other sixes.
You talking
Anyway.
about the 9s, Kyle?
The 9s, the 6s.
Well, like I'm curious. Like, what? Like, I see the chrome and whatever that one is to the right of it. Like, I can tell that. Okay, that's like 3 6s. I get it. And then CERN. Okay, I get it. I don't know what's up with Jamba Juice and Disney though.
Well, Disney,
It's
Walt
the
Disney was a
666, man.
famous anti-Semite and a Nazi. Yes, he was a hero.
Well,
I'm kidding.
the Satan part was after he died. But
Yeah.
anyway,
When they took his head and
Josh,
started using it in
this
weird
is the-
demonic rituals where they would lick its mouth and stuff.
this is just this is the beginning. This is the part that's kind of true. Now we go. Now we're gonna.
Well,
go
he
into
already said the Earth is
cuckoo
flat,
land.
Kyle. Don't tell me that he's winning you over on that.
No. Talking about this specifically.
God
what it's
damn it,
talking
Kyle!
about.
The flat Earthers are taking Kyle. They're indoctrinating him.
Mhm.
They send some fucking big-footed hippie-looking metal chick to tell you about flat Earth or something, Kyle? Huh? They send some
Look-
flat Earther that lived in an RV with her dad to turn you over to the dark
She
side.
She had great arguments. What can I say?
Fuck you.
She cooked a mean meal.
Well, we don't believe that.
I mean, they're hidden everywhere, and if it's not that, there's a little serpent tongue or a snake tongue or something satanic. I mean, look at Disney, look at even Jamba Juice, for crying out loud. Google Chrome and CERN, it's everywhere. Look at the music industry and all their shout at the devil and dressing like the devil and the one eye.
No.
and literally
Come on,
star-
Motley Crue.
Motley
I can't agree
Crue
with the
was
rest of it, but
a
come
well-known
on. Shout at the
Satanist
devil.
organization, Kyle. We all know that, and they knew the Earth was actually flat, and they didn't want to tell anybody. It's true.
I mean, it's kind of par for the course for an artist to go, look, I'm doing devil stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, bitch.
of Satan.
Okay,
to NASA and
sorry.
all
I
their
just want to
666
point out. Larry said, "See you losers," saying he would leave chat, and he
Mhm.
just texted again, Give it up, guys. You just don't have what it takes.
Oh, you didn't see his last one? Lame as fuck.
It's-
This show is. Who are you, fucking Yoda?
He's a writer, Till.
It's a loser. We had
Yep.
those before. It doesn't matter.
Well, Larry's sister has huge tits, and she won't stop sending me pictures of it, and it's getting kind of fucking
Wait.
aggressive.
Wait, hold on,
Getting a
hold
little
on. He
tired
just
of it.
said I'm sorry. He just said Rockets looks like a guy I gave $2 on the street. I am not a prostitute, Larry. Okay.
I mean, I'm getting a little bit of Midnight Cowboy from.
6'6",
I'll be
and
honest with you,
all the
Johnny. I was
helio-
planning on spending my Saturday looking for you on the street, buddy. Now I'm kind of disappointed.
eccentric model, literally from the literal sun, supposedly traveling at 66,600 miles per hour, and now they changed that because so many people were figuring it out. It just says 67,000 miles if you look it up. To the curve rate being 0.666 feet.
He doesn't realize that's 2/3 of a circle, does he?
No.
Okay. I don't. Okay, never mind.
Per mile squared to even the Earth's tilt is 66.6 degrees. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, which apparently isn't as smart as we all thought, to figure out.
I love this right here. This like image. Oh, it's 66 degrees. Yeah, it's a circle, bud. And then the curvature of the Earth is 660 degrees. So, the curvature of a circle. So.
Yeah, but when you argue this type of stuff, Till, it always comes
It
down
don't-
to,
Also, I thought the
it's
Earth
like
was flat.
man-made. Yeah. And that's what like people will try to go and get across. This is all a bunch of gobbledygook because it's
But he's
this
doing
is
this.
how it
He's
is.
doing
and it's
this,
all like
Josh.
supernatural until
He must be
What's
onto something if he's doing this. Like, he wouldn't be moving around like this and doing this number if he wasn't sure of the things he was saying.
I know at least when
And
Kyle
this-
points at
the
stuff,
numbers-
he's pointing at something.
The numbers aren't even right. I bet if you go look for this shit, actually, it's not even that.
Yeah, he probably made up most of those.
Something fishy's going on. Even NASA in gematria
I'm making
comes out
you
to
nauseous,
666.
cringe.
And there's
How's that?
literally a 300-foot statue of Lucifer in New York City. And if you've never seen this, trust me, that's Lucifer. Just go compare it to this actual statue of Lucifer, and the similarities are undeniable.
What-
From a 7
what-
They're both
what's similarities?
statues.
He's not. He has his hand behind his head. He's not holding a. Now, the Statue of Liberty is Masonic, is Gnostic, pagan, is some ISIS. Like, he's not
It's part of the Taliban.
entirely, but it's not directly Lucifer. It's like ISIS or whatever.
I don't know,
You
dude.
know,
The
but-
Statue of Liberty might be satanic because it's the only French broad without armpit hair.
Yeah, no, it's a Masonic deal from the French Mason. This is historical. Like, it's not even like conspiracy. It's the Masons gifting the Masons, and it's a symbol. It's a Masonic symbol
Yeah.
from the goddess, whatever. That's not even a mystery. Now, from saying it's Lucifer, not well, you could argue all this fucking pagan gods are, it's devil worship, sure, but whatever. Like I said, a broken clock twice a day.
7-point crown to a torch to even a chain on the Statue of Liberty's foot that's broken, by the way, and we're going to get to that in a second.
How is this the Statue of Liberty though? This is a man, and it has wings, and the crown is completely different. The only thing that's
And you
similar is that it
notice that he
has
cut the
a
top
human body.
because it's not holding. Right, and he cut the top because it's not holding a flame.
No.
It's just
To
like,
an apple.
whatever.
Trust me,
And-
the Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. Which brings me to the bottom of the rabbit hole where Lucifer crawled out of his bottomless pit, which is explained in the Bible. And a lot of people don't know that because they're sitting around waiting for Jesus to come back. But maybe, just maybe, he's already come back, and we're living in a time past his millennial reign. And Satan has been loosed to deceive the nations for a while.
This guy's got as good a grammar as fucking Larry over there.
Well, what am I talking about? Literally, Revelation of the Bible, 20, verse
Wait,
7.
hold on. You know what? He might be right about the Statue of Liberty being a man because she does not have huge tits, and the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. Why wouldn't the French make her tits big?
Because they wanted to, be like, aha, we gave him a bad statue.
No tits for America.
Americans, they are flat
No tits. They have it hidden in a. They have it hidden in a warehouse. Oh, look, this is the tits of America, the Statue of Liberty. We didn't send them.
We gave them tits like little boy.
It's true, giant tits, separated.
Talks about when the 1,000 years has expired.
The French have their own Statue of Liberty, but it has hairy armpits.
I told you.
It's true.
Yes. Let me just explain something real quick. Chuck, I'm not butthurt about any bonk. You don't understand. We milk those retards. You gotta let us milk them. And for us to milk them, you gotta let them talk. We're talking
right
about
now,
a retard.
Kai, all this talk of milking is
graces-
making my nipples pucker.
right now.
No. This is
Yeah.
and this is not even like we talk about. Just a second, Johnny, before you go ahead. We have the retard himself gracing us with his presence, so we gotta milk them. We gotta milk them. Understand? That's it. That's all I was saying. Stop bonking the retards because we're milking them.
Exactly. To your point, Larry is currently trying to provoke Nacho into banning him. So it's he wants to be banned because he's like, I'm a rock star. I'm too edgy and smart for these guys. But now he's threatening. I'm coming for you. I'm going to visit you, Jesse Power.
Is he related
Creep
to Kenny
behavior.
Powers?
No, Jesse Power is in the chat. He's one of your guys, I guess. He apparently
I don't know
appeared
Jesse
on...
Power.
Oh, okay. Well,
Never
in the chat,
heard,
they're
no,
arguing.
understand.
Apparently, Jesse appeared on Larry's show at one point, and I'm
Ooh.
assuming he bullied Larry, and so they're battling in the chat now. Also, Mike Hunt is asking, it wasn't Null who flagged the maniac, and it's like, no, it was not Null. As far as I know, I don't even think he's heard of it. Larry bragged on Twitter several times, I've reported you, so I really think it's Larry. If someone else also reported me, I would be surprised.
Satan will be loosed to deceive the nations for a little while. Maybe.
Hey, Till, you mind
Just
pausing it
maybe.
again? My bad,
If every-
buddy. Hey,
Sure, bud.
you know, Kyle, talking about milking these guys.
cherries.
Now,
Hmm?
he did say something, and I kind of want to get your input on it. So, with the Pope dying, okay, he's supposed to be the last Pope, and prophecies and blah blah blah
Who
blah blah.
said that though?
It was like Nostradamus or something. Like, this is supposed to be the last Pope. I know he gets them right, one in every 1,000. So obviously he's right, every time. But it's like, with these type, with people that go and dive into these things and just believe them wholeheartedly, I mean, isn't it kind of worth listening to just for the validation of what they're saying? And even with that, do you think having the second coming of Christ could be a thing? Because I mean that's something that he was bringing up too. I don't know what you think, Kyle. I know you dabble in these things every now and again.
Fuck, dude. Don't ask me serious questions. We gotta make it funny. Well, anyway, yes, I keep an eye on the crazies because a broken clock might be right twice a day. Not deeply because I don't have any all the time in the day. And about the Pope, I don't know. They're gonna do the fucking council thing. They probably 90% chance they put in
Gay
a
Pope.
even
I'm telling you,
woker
Gay
Pope.
Pope's next. Gay Pope's
Gay
next.
Pope next, something like that. There's a 10% chance they put the based black pope from Africa or something like that, but it's a small chance.
Oh, dude, Black Pope. That'd
And
be a good TV
what
show.
was the
I'd watch
last
Black
thing?
Pope.
What was the last thing? I forgot. Anyway.
Honestly, man, I don't know either. I just say things every now and again.
But yeah,
Something about the second coming
I keep
of
an
Christ.
eye on the crazies.
Oh yeah, so,
You know,
the second coming of
schizophrenics
the
and
Jesus.
prophets.
I thought that already happened,
locals.
and they threw him in like a Central American prison or some shit.
Something like
I
it.
have no idea.
You remember there was some guy in like Mexico or something like that that claimed to be Jesus, and they like threw him in prison. They're like, oh okay.
Oh yeah, the second coming of Jesus. So no. So that's like crazy evangelical dispensationalist bad theology, because Jesus is not gonna come back to walk among us and do the Disney remake, the live action remake of Jesus. It's gonna be in a time we don't know, fucking apocalypse, and it's not dispensationalism like the how they call it when the fucking all the evangelicals used to believe that shit. They're gonna be
rapture.
the rapture. The
Yeah.
rapture is bullshit, bad theology.
Well, the Bible does say there's
second
gonna be a
coming of
great catching
Jesus.
away, but I don't wanna get
No,
off in the weeds of the
but
shit.
Revelation. By the moment it happens, it's all over, and it's gonna be whatever it's in Revelation. But it's not a process we gonna go through, and it's gonna be in the.
Kyle,
no,
we're
we
gonna
don't
get
know
an
when it
angel
is, and
individually
it's-
come down here with a harness and like a sandwich and be like, "All right, buddy, time to go." And then we're gonna get in the harness, and then they're gonna strap us on like it's a tandem like parachute, and they're gonna fly us to heaven. That's what my dad taught me.
Yes, and to be fair, so you don't think I'm a fucking just a Jew cocksucker? That's Zionist bullshit. This dispensationalist second coming of Jesus bullshit. It's like, oh, you gotta give the money to Israel.
Oh,
get the
well,
red
you know what my dad
heifer,
told me,
so
Kyle?
you
My dad told me
gotta
that
make wars in the
after
Middle
the
East.
second coming, Jesus is gonna pull a giant Borg cube down on the surface of the planet that's gonna be like a mile squared or cubed, and apparently that's not gonna affect our gravity in any way or disrupt our atmosphere.
Jesus, what church was it that running? What the
Well, I mean,
That's
the
in Revelation, Kyle.
Well, the second
Okay.
coming already happened. Like a guy in China claimed to be Jesus, and
also
then they
threw him in
fought a
prison.
brutal civil
Listen,
war.
dude, we have like 3 Jesuses in Brazil, okay?
You know,
Just in
well,
Brazil, we
that's
have, like,
because
3 guys
it's
who
Jesus.
claim to be
It's,
Jesus.
Hispanic. It's different. It's the same.
Well, let one of them be president for a while. See how it goes.
yeah. See what
Right?
happens.
Hell, I'm about to take
There was
up the
this
mantle.
one guy.
Fucking
One day I'll show you
cold
guys some
examiner told me
clips.
I was born in the right sign.
One day I'll show you guys
born
some
on a bad
clips that
side.
we had a guy. We had a guy who called himself. He was on TV and all that for like years. Inri, which is like the inscription EINRI, Inri Jesus, and he would show up in TV shows and all of that. Sit on a throne. He had like the big beard, big hair, long hair, and he would go around with like 4 hot bitches around him, like dresses.
They wear like sunglasses and
4
like
hot bitches.
strut. I'm Jesus, y'all.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Let's get some strutting
He's-
going.
I'm fixing these women. I'm healing these
Right?
women. If you get what I mean.
12 male apostles, gay.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah.
everything else is a lie, then maybe our timeline is a lie. And maybe Jesus has already come back. And maybe that temple was destroyed in 70 AD. And maybe the fact that they're building a third one is just a bunch of malarkey so they can get the people who are waiting for Jesus to come back to think that he's still waiting to come back. Jesus said it himself, described many times in the Gospels when he said, I tell you, some of you standing here today will not taste death before you see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So are we to believe that Jesus said that and then made people wait 2,000 years for his return? Are we to see architecture
What,
that...
you say he just showed up like 3 months later? It was like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm like, oh, I thought it was going to be longer than that. I bought a house. Should I put it up on the market? keep it? How do I pay for property tax while we're off in the new king? Do I need to pay for property tax? Is there like a form I need to fill out? Can you just point me to like the capital or whatever, the revenue office? We'll get into the new kingdom. Does heaven have like a state revenue office for paying taxes on your vehicles and stuff? All the time I was like, shit, I just bought a new Honda.
Just doesn't make sense for the time frame and the history that they tell us about from.
I love that he
Horses-
always does this over his own videos. Like, he doesn't, like, show you any way to tell what video that is. Like, I think he thinks he's advertising his other videos, but he's not. There's no way to tell what video that is.
You know what would be fun? Like having like a low quality TikTok channel, like just like him, and have his videos and be like, look, he has a clone of himself. See, this guy's Illuminati. He has a clone of himself.
There's
Yeah.
clones. There's two of them.
And wagons and chisels to being able to create these magnificent structures all throughout the United States, and not
Oh,
just the United
Tartaria,
States.
Tartaria. I
This
knew
shit
it.
again. This is really
Tartaria.
dumb.
No, oh my god, it's the flat Earth for architecture.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, we stopped doing beautiful buildings because of fucking communism and brutalist aesthetics and all of that bullshit. We used to waste
Postmodernism
time
and
doing
shit.
beautiful buildings. It's not the aliens. It's not a lost civilization. It's communism. Dumb dumb. It's not Tartaria. It's not aliens who built the fucking whatever building who was like pre 20th century, which had like nice decorations and things and flourishes.
And we could totally do this again. People just don't like order it. People don't pay for
And
it.
then it's all. Not only they killed it with fucking brutalism and the 60s and all of that took over all the architecture schools. It's like, well, maybe we could do it at the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s when the economy was better. Now you can barely buy a fucking piece of land and build something. You definitely don't have spare money to fucking do beautiful
I will say,
building.
Kyle,
You know what I'm saying? We're
town I
so
lived at-
strangled in the economy.
the town I lived at in Colorado, there was this huge mansion on the ridge above Walmart. And I went up there one time, and it had beautiful marble staircase that went down into the road, and it had huge pillars and shit, and like Spartans doing like weird like kneel stances with their swords and shit, kind of in the shape of a swastika. But there are places where people do have money to do that. It's just not common because this is not what is cost effective.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Most companies, contractors don't do that shit. You're gonna have to like hire specialists, stuff, and all that. Like we have a lot of like colonial Portuguese buildings, churches, cathedrals, stuff that's still like our city center. It's like a lot of it. It's preserved.
Obama
It's
Museum?
it's beautiful, but it's hard to build new and to build properly. Not like some fake ass kitsch kind of imitation of it that looks goofy.
Oh, check this out, Kyle.
It's sad.
CK said check out the Obama Museum. Here's the top of it.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, we got monies! Meal for $5 says Kyle is dressed like a 1980s hip-hop breakdancer. Yes, he is, sir. And thank you, my
I'm
friend.
looking at its tiny pee-pee.
That's kind of cool. But that looks like something out of, like
It's not cool.
Equilibrium.
It's ugly as fuck. Yeah, it's ugly as fuck.
It's
Fuck
still
this.
very, very modern, industrial modern. It's
What's beautiful about
cool.
it? Oh, it has
I didn't say it's
letters.
beautiful. I said it's cool. It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those like gaming computer towers at the front. Front of
Exactly. It looks like a butt plug.
Sure. Okay, yeah, I've definitely seen it more now. It's an interesting building. It I prefer the more old school kind of like Roman inspired, like that kind of shit. Or I even like the more Victorian era of buildings where it was still had
Yeah,
some hints of the
Victorian,
Roman stuff, but
Baroque.
yeah, like that kind of era shit was good. Hey, Jewess.
But the entire world all matching up, seeming like there was some sort of hidden technology, hidden civilization, hidden advanced civilization to be able to do these things that they tell us that are
No, it's not advanced.
uncivilized, untechnical.
In advanced civilization of, hey, Fittest Fly Arthur. What was the name of the organization that, God, what were they? What was their job? They had like a secret club that was also named after it, where they watch each other jerk off a lot of times, and the Masons. It's almost like these people worked with stone. Like, does these idiots don't understand that words have actual meanings?
You can actually go and find for free books from the 1700s and 1800s that detail how to do this kind of like architectural sculptures and
Mm-hmm.
pillars and all of that, for like beginning to end. It's not lost technology or anything like that. But back then, the king would invest a lot of money in tradesmen, people who live their lives doing this kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's why the monarchy was based. Now it's square buildings and everyone doing slave shit labor.
Ancestors just literally just chiseled, and then when you look at the time frames and see it was like done in a year or two, it doesn't make sense. They're clearly hiding something.
You know dude, they would like employ like an entire city to build this shit. Like
Dude,
everyone in
either
the
they-
city
they-
would be
they-
working on this shit.
This is not like 3,000 year ago Mayan shit. They would have to chisel at fucking granite rock. They figured softer rock. They figured how to use plaster and gesso and all sorts of shit. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
by the 1500s. It wasn't already like fucking pharaonic, a pyramid like kind of endeavor. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, God, this dude spent like 50 years fucking chiseling this rock.
Well, it was their full-time job too. It's not like they were, doing a 8-hour day, going home, hanging out with family, and having 2 hours to go and make this happen. This was them spending like 10 to 12 hours a day just whacking a fucking little chisel
Yeah.
and then making things come true.
Almost, kind of. That's what that's what I'm saying, Josh. By the turn of the first millennia, 1200s, 1500s, it wasn't already like it was a job, but it wasn't like an extreme, a crazy job. It was totally doable. They didn't work 10 to 12 hours a day. On the contrary, they worked 8 hours a day doing the shit. It wasn't like that. It wasn't the fucking pharaoh times. Like you can go back and read how they did all that shit, the Vatican, the Saint Peter Basilica, and all that shit. Like it wasn't. It was time consuming, but it wasn't insane like doing the pyramids and all that.
Oh, this shit. What are you saying to me, Igler?
Because democracy basically means government by the people.
This seems like really fucking high. Really fucking high.
Of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Classic.
And when you're Satan and you're let loose to deceive the nations for a little while, and you know there's no possible way to cover up the fact that Jesus existed, it's just too impossible, what do? You change the timeline. You make people think that he hasn't been here yet. And people who disagree and won't forget Jesus, you put them literally in insane asylums. And then what do you have? You have orphan trains. And if you haven't gone down that rabbit hole of the orphan trains and
What?
the asylums, I encourage you to do that, because
Okay, how does he just connect Satan being loose on Earth for 1,000 years to orphan trains?
I'm just waiting to hear how Katy Perry's attached to all this.
Well, how else would orphan trades happen if not for Satan being loose 1,000 years and Katy Perry distracting us?
I don't know. There's a lot of orphans.
Josh,
you need to move
who-
them.
Yeah, Josh, who do you think ran a train on Katy Perry?
Orphans.
Oh, orphans and Russell Brand.
Obviously,
There you go.
orphans.
Like I'm curious. I want to know what the fuck is about the orphan trains and the juveniles. But so far he brought, well, flat Earth is, no pun intended, the basis of his shit always. But like
boo,
Tartaria,
boo your pun. Hate you.
it's the basis. Got it? The basis. But anyway, and
Continue.
Tartaria, now Phantom Time. That's Phantom Time. People who know Phantom Time is that they added 1,000 years.
Mhm.
We would be only on year 1,025, let's say, but they added 1,000 years, something like that,
Okay.
at some point, the early medieval days when
So
they
they
changed
made up
calendar or
1,000
something.
years of documentation and history.
They
and-
made up 1,000 years of yeah.
That's a lot of
Exactly.
work.
It's dumb people.
I mean,
it's
it's
dumb people.
impressive,
It's-
honestly.
Tartaria is flat Earth for architecture. Phantom Time is flat Earth for history,
These people are so.
and
fucking
flat
gay.
Earth is flat Earth for geography, whatever.
These people are so fucking gay.
if you're not understanding what I'm saying, it'll make more sense. But the bottom line is the amount of people put into insane asylums in the 1800s strangely matches up to the amount of kids that were on orphan trains because their parents were locked up for continuing to believe in Jesus and refused to deny him. Oh, and remember this picture of the pit?
Man, we missed
That
out, boys.
never happened. What?
Right? Yeah.
Okay, here's a part of this that
they did a
annoys me.
shit job.
There's probably always been like human trafficking rings and stuff.
Yeah.
And these guys fuck everything up by going, well, it's all for the devil. And it's like, no, can we just deal with criminals?
You know, sometimes there was
And
just
not
people that
listen to
wanted to
you,
buy a
this
kid.
guy.
You know, it just was a thing.
Also,
It was.
like the numbers of people put into insane asylums. Have you looked at the world today? If we had 1,800 insane asylums, they'll be full.
Mhm.
There'll be more people than the fucking El Salvador prison.
I love that in
Mega
we
prison.
talked about Amadeus yesterday. The Salieri guy in Amadeus is in an insane asylum when he's telling the story, and you find out in the movie he's just there because that's where he decided to retire.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He's just like, I'm just here because I hate Mozart so much and he died, and I'm poor. So I told them I was crazy.
Look, free room and board, 3 meals a day.
They spray you with a bucket every once in a while.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
before they give you drugs that really mess with you if you're sane.
Yeah, used to they
it
just
makes
lock you in a
sense.
tiny room if you just hurt people. If you just want to scratch people and stuff, they just put you in a room. All
And a
right, get in there.
fucking
Lock the door.
and and a fucking ice pick through your nose
hmm
until they
That's when they were getting like, "Ooh, we're gonna
they
you know
fix
what?
you.
We're bored. These people are nuts. Let's just see what happens if I take an ice pick and put it through his tear duct."
Let's poke
Oh,
their
he calmed
brain.
down. Weird.
Maybe it works. You know. Maybe,
Who came on that idea? It's like, you know what? What if we took an ice pick and just poked him in the head? Like,
from the inside?
I mean, we haven't ruled it out.
Gotta try it, so you know.
Dr. Zaslow, are you sincerely suggesting we stab the insane until they're retarded? That's exactly what I'm suggesting. Yes.
What's worse, insane or retarded? You're like, well, you got me there. Oh shit, we got a dono. $10 from Mike Hunt. It says Roman buildings are still standing after thousands of years because the lime in the stone. Cracks form in the stone, rain gets in dissolving the calcium, forming solid calcium carbonate. Self-healing stones. That's pretty fucking cool.
I'm looking at its
Yeah.
tiny PP.
Thank you very much, Mike Hunt. We appreciate you.
Roman concrete is superior to modern concrete because
Yeah,
some
but
crack has
Amon-
removed the lime because he didn't get it.
Anyone would say that they were gluing the bricks with children's cum, according to
Yes.
his translation.
Yes, that's how they made the
Yep.
mortar. Hey, did you know he's back? He's fucking back, Kyle. Tomorrow
Oh,
night,
back?
tomorrow afternoon, he's streaming. We're going to check in on him, see what he has to say about his little event. Dude, we got to look into
The
that.
adventure in New York.
We got to look into that. What's her name? Something Rains.
The poetry stuff
Yeah,
thing.
the poetry
thing.
bitch. I'm
You think the
blanking.
Definitely
bitch
gonna talk
itself is
about
going
it.
to be interesting?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to find out.
that I talked
Yeah.
about and Satan coming out of. Well, if he was released, makes sense that his other cronies and fallen angels that he convinced to leave and abandon heaven and come down here would be released with him, right? And it's funny, the book of Enoch talks about 200 of those angels.
He's really
betraying
gonna
God, and
fucking
it just
reference a
happens there are
Gnostic book? Come on.
200 confirmed impact craters on the earth. Maybe they're not impact
Really?
craters,
The
but
AI
exactly what I
overview
showed.
from Google that hallucinates all the time, half of the time. And all the time, this fucking thing hallucinates the answers.
Well, how else is it gonna fill in the gaps? So, like, like they took the frog DNA. Does this guy have kids? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him kids. I've heard about his mom a couple times though. I know he talks to his mom a lot. It is weird to be this old and be a mama's boy.
Ooh.
Like, not just because like you don't want to talk to your mom or anything, but as a man, when you're like working a lot, time has a tendency of slipping, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to call my mom. It's been weeks. I need to say hi. If you're talking to your mom daily, you ain't got jack shit going on in your fucking life.
Who are you talking
in
about?
that last
Him.
I missed it.
I don't know, dude. My
this-
mom is allergic to cats, so when we got this place, I intentionally bought a couple cats.
No, I couldn't find a price on the Pope Hammer, Jewess. I need one though. I've got some popes I need to make sure they're dead. You saw that, Kyle? The Pope Hammer?
No.
Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I'll keep playing this. idiot
The
for a
The
second.
Pope Hammer?
maybe they're
Yeah, hold on.
signs of the
I'll get it.
angels being released from the bottomless pit, because impact craters, I don't know about you, but they wouldn't come straight down. That looks more of remnants of geysers or something coming out from inside the earth, and this one
There
just
we go.
Oh my
This.
god, he's so dumb. It's called an...
The Pope Hammer, Kyle.
Dude,
This hammer
That's
is used to
straight up-
determine if a pope is dead or not.
they bonk him. Hey,
Hey, you awake?
hey, are you dead?
You awake?
Are you dead? Dude, this looks straight out of Warhammer 40k.
I know, I
Because
love it.
Warhammer 40k is inspired by like this kind of architecture, but it looks straight out of fucking
I love it. I
Scribe.
need someone who knows how to do metal work to make me a hammer like this.
Dude, that's there's a lot of detailing and a lot
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, I guess you could just stamp it. Just do some stamp work.
The head looks like it's made of like marble and gold.
No, it just
I
looks
don't know.
like brass.
No, but anyway,
I need one of those real bad.
you just like hammers.
You know what? Don't judge me.
happens to be called the gates to
Absolutely.
hell, and yes, it's lit on fire 100% of the time.
Okay,
Oh, and speaking
so
of craters,
Impact creators are not impact creators. There are where angels came out of his ass because he wouldn't be straight and round because he doesn't understand that it's not. It's called the impact crater. Is the crater from the impact? He's thinking like, duh. If the asteroid comes at a diagonal and it hits, it would be like a diagonal hole down. No, dumbass. It immediately evaporates when it hits it, and then the shockwave from the impact,
Mhm, mhm.
goes round and does the thing.
Yeah, this guy has no concept of any kind of physics or anything.
Now let's jump completely random to the fucking United Nations building, which is weirdly 666 in New York. Yeah, that's all.
I mean, that is kind of suspicious.
The United Nations is a fucking bullshit.
We all know it's
satanic.
the center of hell to begin with. We've seen the speeches from out of there.
You know what happens when
Yeah.
you go to 666 United Nations Plaza? You see what looks an awful lot like a crater on display. Maybe that's the one that
That's
Satan
it.
himself crawled out of. And some of you might be sitting here saying, there's no
Kyle,
It's a round lake. It's a pond. It's a round.
I didn't know that's a pond.
It's just
I think
a round thing.
no, I think it's just like a round like surface of concrete or something, or that could be even a trampoline. Why there's a trampoline at the United Nations? I don't know.
No, it's not a trap. It might be water. I don't
Kyle,
know. Who
let me dream.
cares?
I want there to be a trampoline at the United Nations. That just sounds like a place that's ready to have some fun. You know?
Okay.
Like, I feel like that's a world I want to live in where the United Nations is like, hey, we got a trampoline and there's a bounce castle over there. And there's some like ice cream guys going around with their little carts. Have fun, ambassadors. Just a bunch of African ambassadors jumping up and down on a trampoline with their ice cream cones. That's a world of peace, Kyle.
the one that Satan himself crawled out of. And some of you might be sitting here saying, there's no way they could hide that from us. We would know. We would know for sure. Well, because I only have 10 minutes and I'm running short on time, I encourage you to go do some extra research. This is a great website, and it shows a whole lot of melted buildings. I wonder
AI
how
images.
that melted.
Some of them are. Some of them was like
Along
Petra.
with other images.
Yeah.
Like without context. It's a mix of everything.
Cave dwelling
That one is pointing his
civilizations.
AI.
Like cave dwelling civilizations is not uncommon. Like he's never heard the Pueblos. Like that's AI for sure. Or that could be one of those fucking goofy ass buildings they do for like an architect does to look how cool my architect skills are. I made a melty building. Fuck off, Netherlands.
And there's a whole lot of other spots, but I'm limited on time. And what I want to do,
That one was definitely AI with the fucking stairs. That one.
is show
Oh,
you
look, there's
what's
Petra.
coming and what's the point of all of this, in my opinion, of course. You see, I don't know if you've noticed, but
It's
Kyle, he's a serious guy though. Like, you gotta take him seriously.
swear to God, this dude is CIA, dude. Swear to God, like
I think he's
he's
just
from the
retarded.
disinformation
I think he's just
Fucking-
retarded.
department. Just like he's paid to like produce as much bullshit in a day as possible. Like just put it out.
I sure have a very large, and I mean very large scale, alien UFO giant mothership agenda that they've been putting forth, not just recently, but for decades. And you see, getting back to this Revelation verse,
Oh,
it talks
God.
about how Satan, he's
Yeah.
going to gather his armies to battle and go against the camp of the saints. So he's literally going to gather armies of the world to go against the camp of the saints. And you know what I just couldn't help
The
but
football team?
notice? Sometimes
Like they're-
looks like it could
Like their off-season
It's
camp.
not what it said.
I
He
mean,
just changed it right there.
mm,
Like Satan's gonna get his armies and fight the angels, whatever.
Go to the camp.
And then
He's
he
gonna-
already he
they're gonna go put
flipped
out their
into
campfire
gonna
and turn over their pots of beans and shit. Just piss
yeah.
on
Then
the
he
fire.
changed to no. Satan's gonna make his army on earth and recruit people. Get it? The fuck up, you retard.
CK says, "Where do I send the money?" I believe this guy. You can send this guy money if you go to streamlabs.com/ministry of dude. I believe that's his link.
Yeah, he beat us to the name. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I've been trying to sue him for it for like 4 years. He never will return my letters.
Be a mothership. New Jerusalem, potentially where Jesus and the camp of the saints is hiding out. A giant floating city. A giant floating city that
Hey,
just
this is
maybe
what I was talking about, Kyle.
with enough push and
The
enough
Borg cube, the fucking Borg cube, Kyle.
Okay.
Turns out Jesus was a Borg all along.
Mm-hmm.
Resistance is futile to the Lord.
enough propaganda and enough brainwashing, people could mistake for a giant alien mothership. And when you think I'm kidding, no. This is Fox News. Pentagon officials suggest alien mothership could be in our solar system. Oh, really? Pentagon UF chief says alien mothership is
Where
in
the
our
fuck
solar
are you
system.
getting these
You see,
articles
what's coming,
from?
in my opinion, in the push that has been going on since Roswell and probably even before that, is they are brainwashing the masses to believe in aliens from other galaxies and other planets and other solar systems, been programming our brains with movies like Armageddon and Attack of the Clones, Attack of
Don't you
this,
talk
Attack of
about-
that. Alien-
Wait, Star Wars is
Again.
programming?
Yeah.
It's in a galaxy far, far away, though. Like,
Isn't his argument that aliens are bullshit, and then
It's
if we
actually
do ever
Jesus.
see aliens, it's actually demons?
yeah, that's what the China is going. Are aliens real or not?
No, he's back to like the 1% real things that he talks about. Yes, they are pushing the alien agenda, and by this point,
But it's actually
if
Jesus.
you still
That's
believe
the-
it, you
there is a
retard.
mothership, but it's New Jerusalem.
Sure, that's yeah. But anyway, true, they are pushing a fake alien agenda, and it's probably a battle of not the flesh and blood and all that shit that the Bible says and all that, but
Mhm.
let
he
him
says-
fucking
Yeti says aliens are definitely demons. Yeah, Yeti, but we both know that you definitely still try to fuck one.
Yep.
Kyle too.
big
Or he tried
titty
to fuck their
one?
feet.
no. I'm celibate. I'm an old cell.
Wouldn't it be pedibit? Because
I mean, that would be the
put the foot
way.
in there.
That would be the way to invade. You would just like design hot women and be like, join us, and you get them. That's how you would win.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have something like that on that movie Invaders from Mars? Something like that. Like the
Or
big
Mars
titty
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attack.
Yeah.
For Mars Attacks, yeah, there's one scene where they
Yeah.
make an alien look like a hot lady and she gets into the White House, but they only did that with one alien.
Mm-hmm.
aliens, motherships, Will Smith blowing stuff up, aliens,
I still don't
aliens.
understand how Star
And
Wars
what's
is
Maybe
connected.
coming? Maybe the good guys are coming in the air in the new city of Jerusalem.
Oh my god, he's gonna be one of the guys on top of the skyscrapers welcoming the fucking UFO as it blows them out of to hell. Welcome back, Jesus. Oh, this guy's a fucking moron. I love him.
Maybe they're going to have us so convinced that we, not me, and not a whole lot of us other awakened ones, but the masses are going to look at the good guys and then they're going to throw Project Bluebeam with all their fake aliens and all their fake nonsense and lasers and probably really blow some crap up. And they're going to say, we need to target.
And lasers. I
mothership.
love his description.
And-
They're fake aliens and they're lasers. This guy's hilarious.
Wait, so the lasers will be real?
I'm curious about that too. Are the lasers real or fake? Because you said the aliens be fake, but will the lasers be fake?
If you have lasers, I guess you're in charge now. I don't care about the smoke and mirrors part. If you have lasers, just don't shoot me. You win. Good job.
Literally convince the people of the world to fight against Jesus. That's how I see it. And maybe we're here right now as a last test to see if we can avoid and fight against the evil of the world and choose God and choose good and choose Jesus. And for my last personal touch on this, well,
Oh God, he's going back to this shit again.
course.
It always
course.
goes back to this fucking famous people are immortal bullshit. So tiring. It's so fucking tiring.
Telling you.
Did he come up with this?
He's a psyop. No, it's been. I've seen it before, but he's just mixing a bunch of them.
A bunch of bullshit.
do you know that the original Statue of Liberty face looked exactly like Elvis? AKA
Fuck
Lucifer.
you. Fuck you. The Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty, which is a statue that could
Based
be
on Elvis.
anything. It could be anything because a guy drew it. It looks like a rock star born 70 years later. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah,
You
but
understand,
know
Johnny?
that-
He's immortal.
No, the original. You know that the original design for the Statue of Liberty will have it doing like a. Huh? Yes, but they were like, nah, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, this guy. I love this
Wait,
guy.
wait. Okay, so Elvis used to be a woman, and then he decided, you know what? I'm gonna invent for this life. I'm gonna be a man, and I'm gonna invent rock and roll.
He was actually trans. He was a trans immortal. It all makes sense, Johnny. Don't you see the connections?
It's just this one. It might be the dumbest conspiracy because it's his proof
love it.
is they look alike, and it's like, have you never met someone who kind of looks like you? Like what is this?
I'm very unique.
It,
I've never met
and it
anyone who looks
even
anyone like
doesn't
me.
look alike. It's he always does that thing. He looks for the same angle, and then he the same colors, but it doesn't actually. Look at the nose. Look at the mouth. Look at the chin. Look at the eyebrow. It doesn't look alike as much as anything.
Clearly, he got
anyone else.
1940s plastic surgery, Kyle.
Yeah.
Wait, does this guy just have bad eyesight? Is
I
that
think
it?
so. That could be it. That could be this problem.
He's like, I figured something out that no one else knows. No, you just need glasses, bud.
And if you've seen my videos, you know who I say Elvis became after he faked his death, right? So literally,
No.
some of you may have voted.
Who he became after he faked his dad?
No, right, Kyle? This guy's terrible at advertising his own videos. He'll allude to them, but not give you any hints as to where they are.
Piece of
For
fucking
Satan
shit.
himself, who was released for a little while to deceive the nation.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so Trump is Elvis and the Statue of Liberty.
Yes. Yes. Holy shit. Okay, he got me. He got me here. If this is a look,
Oh my
I gotta give it to him. I couldn't make this
God!
up.
Oh my God!
He got me. Look, Andy Kaufman has gotten understood. This is. I just gotta clap.
Oh
He-
my
he got
God!
Holy shit, dude.
That was. Oh my! I was not expecting that. Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Who saw that coming? Like, seriously.
Larry David needs this guy to help him write articles.
Exactly. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god! Holy shit!
I'm flabbergasted.
Does young Trump even look like Elvis?
No.
No, he looks like young Trump.
Nor does their ages match up at all. Elvis would have been like Trump's age now in the 80s.
Right? He'll be
It doesn't
100
make
years old
any
now.
fucking sense.
I'm about
Wow.
to keep eating edibles till I'm living in the world that this guy's in.
Dude, I gotta hit the vape again after that shit. That was,
Dude, either
what
he's
the
a
fuck?
no, for
Holy
real.
shit.
I really think he's a psyop because I've seen schizophrenic. Like I said, I've seen this kind of theory before, and either someone is specialized in one. They're either like in Tartaria, Flat Earth, or like people are clones, this or that, and you see the. But this guy, he's just too consistent, and he's too sober, and he's too like, he's at the same time, he's not as insane and schizophrenic. He's able to produce more insane and schizophrenic shit, mixing up a bunch of shit than the schizophrenic people I've seen. I'm telling you, this guy is a psyop. This guy is some fucking, he's CIA, he's something.
Kyle, you really think that he doesn't believe the things that he's saying?
I
I think
think
he drank
he
the Kool-Aid,
does.
bro.
Or I'm right.
I don't think
or
this is a
he's
bit at all.
he's just an asset. Dude, they have courses on the CIA on how to discredit conspiracy theories, quote
Yeah, but,
unquote, by
Kyle,
like just
This is
producing
either the
junk
most
theories.
obvious psyop ever, or he's actually a retard. Which is more likely?
Or he's an artist. This could all
But
be.
I'm telling you,
Shut up,
dude,
Johnny.
we've seen,
Stop coming up with these fanciful, fantastical. I know you're a comic book writer and all, but let's stick in reality, okay?
we've seen like crazy people who like people who originated a lot of the shit he talks about like separately. We've seen them. You know the schizos, but this guy is just too consistent, too sober, and it's like it's his job. I don't know, man. I can't say it 100%, but it's, if I ever seen one, it's this guy.
I don't know, man. I think it is his job because this is how he makes his ducats, and he's going to say whatever he has to keep the traffic flowing. But I
Wait,
think he does believe some of it, man.
Wait, is he popular?
He has 36K subs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's kind of popular.
Chuck
All
Norris
right.
Gun Club says, "How do you catch a tar, Doc Till?" Well, you just give him a Chinese finger trap and let him go nuts.
I don't
here-
think this is money making popular. I don't
Well,
think this is enough for him to be
here's
making.
here's a
from
short
this.
from his channel, Kyle, entitled "Uranus Smells Like Farts."
Uranus smells like farts. Astronomers have
What does this have to do with the flat Earth?
Dude, on
confirmed it.
TikTok, he's got 667,000 followers.
That makes sense. Yeah, he's probably
But TikTok
all
doesn't pay shit.
the shit all like feels like he's doing it specifically for TikTok, and he just puts it up on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
He probably
But
has a
even
Twitter. We
then,
should all go
TikTok
follow him on
doesn't-
Twitter. Annoy him.
Does he have a store or anything? Like, does he make money off this?
Well, I mean, obviously, he makes money off of monetization. Like,
Look, I'm not
assuming he-
saying like Josh. Either it's what you said, which it's also a possibility. He's a schizo and he just believes in all sorts of weird shit. Fine, it's either that, or he's a character. He's from intelligence, and he just produces garbage that people on the fringes of either of these theories consume. That's it. I'm
See,
saying.
man, when I see a CIA asset though, or something like that, like I think of that one bald dude that went in front of Congress and with who was it? Ryan Graves and Commander Fravor. I can't remember the bald dude's name though. I think it was David something. But like that's what I see when I see like an asset. Like he had a lifelong career in intelligence.
I mean, this
This
guy
guy-
does kind of look. He
No,
does
no, no,
kind of
no,
have
no, no.
a fed face. Look at this. He does kind of have a fed face. Look at this.
Josh, you're talking about a career agent. An asset is a guy who's hired to do a job. He doesn't have an agency face. He's not a fucking career long knee deeps. Dude, they have fucking dudes in fucking everywhere in the world who are hired assets. He
Dude, I
doesn't
don't
have
know.
a face.
I don't know if I can agree with you about him being an asset. I can 100% agree with you that he's retarded though.
No, he's definitely not an asset to anybody's. Probably a liability though.
I'm not
Wonderful.
affirming. I'm just saying there's a chance, at least a 50% chance that it's inorganic. You know what I'm saying? Because for sure, dude, for sure, in this whole layer of crazy conspiracy theories that go beyond what's real and they're just there, that's for sure like psyoping, astroturfing, disinformation planning in there. That there is for sure. You know what I'm saying? To discredit the people, and maybe one day we'll find out that a lot of those theories originated as misinformation, astroturfing, to discredit the real theories. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Tartaria. I believe the flat Earth came back with the Flat Earth Society Forum as a fucking intelligence op. If you
Probably.
go back and look at the history, the way it came back in the 2000s, not the original 1800s British dudes that believed that got disproved. When it came back, Tartaria, yada yada, they absolutely do that. Where? I don't know yet. We'll find out one day, but they absolutely do that.
What a wonderful picture of Uranus.
To be fair, that's a funny one.
That's a good one.
I said I was going to use this account of mine now to expose just how much they mock us and how ridiculously dumb they think we are, and unfortunately, how dumb some of you are that you believe this stuff. This isn't even a joke. This is real. They say Uranus smells like farts.
Like, again, he's right that mainstream science sometimes, like, how can I say it? Sometimes they flash on people's society's face that they're really like just fucking with it. You know, we've seen it before. Like they're really fucking with you, like at some point. But the answer is not everything's fake and the earth is flat. It's modern mainstream science. It's all full of fakery and fuckery. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Uranus smells like farts. You can't even make
Not mine. Mine smell like roses.
Cal, how many knuckles deep do you go when you're cleaning?
To check it.
I like to do it like I'm
Not
doing my
many.
ears, you know, just
Wait,
yeah.
wait.
Hard to do. You gotta like get like one leg up.
make this stuff up. So this planet that is supposedly so far away that it's a frozen planet somehow
a
smells
gas
like
giant, it's not
farts.
frozen.
And look at these pictures. I mean, guys, they put dogs in pictures. Like I see a little dog face here. There's another one
Again with the pareidolia or whatever they call it, just seeing things.
I believe it's just called schizophrenia.
Yeah.
on this one here. They're mocking you. Quit letting them mock you. If you believe this stuff, look, 2 eyes and a nose on a dog face. Cute little dog face. Here's another one, a little dog face. Stop letting
saw a
them mock
lobster.
you. Please. Please.
Right.
Uranus smells like farts. Are you kidding me?
Dude, it has like one of the highest concentrates of methane in the solar system. That's why it smells like farts.
I feel like
He's a retard.
a
Like,
nerd.
I gotta find one more of them. Okay, so I'll give you guys some options. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Well, yeah, he might be just a fucking schizo that got too deep into the shit and
All
he's
right.
a retard. But
Here he is with this fucking immortal celebrity thing again.
If Kobe Bryant became Miles Garrett and Kobe's daughter
What?
Gigi became WNBA star Angel Reese, is it possible that Gigi's teammate Alyssa, who also supposedly perished in that helicopter crash, also became someone? You see, here's Gigi, and here's Alyssa, and here's also WNBA star Caitlin Clark. And well,
For the love
thanks
of
to a
God.
lovely
There's barely a resemblance.
The
6
eyebrow's
billion
not
people
even the
in the
same
world.
place.
they're white. That's all.
This guy has face blindness. No, Mike, he's being 100% serious. He claims it's all parody and then does winks several times. I don't believe he's fucking with us.
lovely subscriber of mine. I couldn't help but notice the
Her
exact
eyes are not in the same place. Like one eye goes like,
Okay, but
symmetry.
See?
how do we know? Still, but for real, how do we know if John Travolta and Nicolas Cage didn't change faces
That's true.
in the late 90s? I don't know that for sure.
I did see a documentary about it. I can't
Of their
remember what it was called.
faces.
Something off.
And not only the
But it was
symmetry,
real time.
Mike Hunt's saying he's a comedian. I don't know where you getting that from.
Well, I mean, what's his real name?
Yeah,
And
what
we
is
can
his
look
real
him
name?
up. And
He's a genius.
and
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're saying this is all a bit, and he's a genius comedian. If he is, I would give him a standing ovation. Like, absolutely. Unfortunately, I don't think
Look
he's
at the
joking
comments.
about any of
Let's do
this.
that. Let's read some comments.
Okay,
I
I
can read
finally
shit
agree with you
because
about
of all
this
the
one. Good
filters.
catch. Miss Clark looks awfully like a Mr. Kathy Perry and Joe Bennett. What? Now do a Post Malone and Hank Williams Jr. How do you find time to do this, brother? Amazing work. I rarely compliment anyone.
brother.
Wake
I'm
up,
telling you,
people!
nobody sees this.
See, look, hello. Nobody died in helicopter. Smiley face. You discernment.
People
is top
believe
tier.
this shit.
Yeah.
Dumb people.
Why they do this? Don't give this man your
I don't
hard-earned
know.
money. Okay, that one I like. Why did you say that? Never heard him ask for money. You're giving him money by viewing his shit.
but the same.
Oh, real quick, like I don't know if this guy is a product of that, but Josh, have you seen the documents after JFK's assassination? Like the documents where they, first of all, they coined the term conspiracy theories,
Mm-hmm.
and they described how to discredit them, and they go in depth in one of the ways was flooding the market of ideas, flooding the with books, with shit, with just crazy shit, with just shit that was wrong, with
Oh
just
yeah, I
off the base
totally
shit,
agree with you,
maybe
Kyle.
a
That is
kernel of truth.
absolutely
That's
a method they
documented.
use. But there's
Have you seen
also an
that, Josh?
effect. There's
I did
also an
see that.
effect, though, Kyle, where they start doing this, and then they have a natural expansion, where it's almost like because they're putting out bullshit crazy, the real crazies like get alerted, and they like all fucking flock to this shit and start doing their own little branches off.
And it then people follow that. That's what I'm saying. This guy might be a product of that.
Yeah,
Another
that's what I'm
example.
kind of feeling.
There's a whole documentary. Have you heard about the Alamo bases?
No.
Yes.
It's like in the desert in Alamo, and there's even like a highway cop and another guy, and they would see things, and it started legit. and they have the documents released from the CIA. They applied the same thing. They had 2 agents pretend they were from a military base that were leaking documents to this journalist, and they started doing that, leaking fake documents, disinformation documents. Then they started invading, breaking on one of the guys' homes and moving stuff around and planting wires and all that shit. And the dude started getting crazy until he killed himself. And meanwhile, he started reporting the actual stuff that was happening that people were seeing in the Alamo, and then he started mixing the fake stuff into his books, and he lost all credibility. And years later, after he died, it all came out, including one of the agents admitting on tape everything they did to the guy.